What's going on, guys, and welcome back to the channel and to another predictions video on the channel, that is with the FUT 21 flashback card predictions video. This will be the episode 1 for this series, going over details about the flashback promo cards, what to expect content wise, and sprouting the discussions on how the promo might look, what players we could be seeing, and whenabouts we will see the first introductions of this promo. Anyways, just before we get on with all of that, make sure to subscribe to the channel, as I always say, with your notifications on. It is free and it goes a long way into helping me out and the channel a hell of a lot. And in doing so, as always, I will be keeping you guys up to date with the latest and greatest FIFA news and content as we head on into the upcoming season. And lastly, before we get on with the video, if you guys do end up enjoying this video today and do continue to, show your support and whatnot, I will upload the second episode for this series pretty shortly as a similar sort of video, but more so focusing on the potential cards we could be seeing. With all that out of the way, we will get on with the video now, and starting with Dimitri Payet as a flashback card that could be quite high rated, but I'd expect it to more so be at the start of the game, where maybe they just reflect on how good he was at West Ham and how good he was for his international team. It goes without saying this guy obviously was very great, and he is going to get the 4-star come next year. Whether they'll get this card, as always, it is up in the air. Of course, it's a prediction. I'm not in the know, and of course, they release whatever they want to release, to be honest. As we move on to the second player in Cahill, a centre back, so his skill moves and weak foot are anything but flattering, but more so to focus on maybe how good he was playing second fiddle to Terry and whatnot, as he was a pretty solid defender, not world class, but he did obviously win almost everything there was to win for his club. And so in that sense, he does probably deserve some sort of recognition for how good he used to be. Now he's obviously at Crystal Palace. It's going to be a lot different in terms of how he plays in real life, so I don't expect him to get many performance-based cards. So for me, a flashback would do him nicely, and considering the stats I've given him, it would be pretty understandable to give this sort of card at the start of the year, similar with Dimitri Payet. As we move on to the third player now in Nemanja Matic, as an ex-Chelsea player, funnily enough again, but more so focusing on not only that, but how decent I'd say he's been for Man United. He does have the 3-star as you can see, which again isn't absolutely insane, but it's more so on his physicals and defending and his height. We're not going to know what the meta is until the full game's out and we've got our pitch notes and we're well into the game. So it will be quite interesting to see if taller, more stronger players are any good this year, as opposed to, FIFA 20 when it was the exact opposite, if anything. And like I said, the 3-star isn't great, but he's a CDM. He will probably do the job, but again, we don't know if these cards are coming out. As we move on to the fourth player, as of course, I do think these are all realistic. You can discuss with yourselves about the ratings and whatnot. Of course, I do want feedback, so if you disagree with any of the ratings or even agree and maybe have some more suggestions for the next episode, make sure to comment down below. As we move on to Rakitic, is a pretty solid player. I like that sort of player. Of course, he isn't very quick, and he's one of those players that, again, if we do see him, we will see a transferred Sevilla card for him, as of course he's moved back to his previous club from Barcelona, that is. He has got the 3-star, 4-star, which is pretty decent, especially at the start of the game when you're not really expecting to get like 4-star, 4-star, 5-star even. But he's got good passing, good dribbling, even a decent shot on him, and he'd do pretty well at the start of the game, I do have to say that. As we move on to the fifth one, as a very impressive card, maybe I'm a little bit too generous with the stats here, but I do have to, in some way express how good Kyle Walker's actually been throughout his career, whether it be for Tottenham that earned him the move to Man City, or, just the fact that he's won so much with City already, and the fact that he's still first choice in the right back position, dispossessing, a lot of fast attackers, so his defensive, stats are going to be quite decent, which you don't see a lot with fullbacks. They're meant to be more attacking. He does have the 2-star though, so it's not, by any means amazing, but of course he is going to be rapid and probably meta. So in that sense, he probably would be expensive and not at the start of the game. Similarly with Alaba, who maybe again have been more generous, but I really like Alaba, and now the fact that he's playing in the centre back and he's a lot more mature now, they might want to, reflect on when he was like this rising star, playing at fullback for Bayern, as he's still obviously with Bayern now. And, I have given the left back position. He does have the 3-star, 4-star, which is quite nice. Nothing too crazy. We could see this guy as a centre back, but I think it defeats the purpose of flashing back to a previous state in his career if you're not going to give him the fullback card, which is, the position he's always played at. Good stats all around, even his shooting's pretty impressive. As we move on to the seventh player, one of the last ones now, with Ribery, 5-star, 5-star. You're all excited about this card, but we're probably not going to see it at least until later on. But I can almost guarantee that Ribery probably will get a flashback card, just because he's obviously in the game, and that itself gives EA a lot of opportunities to make these promo card's really impressive and, you know, enticing for people to work for. The 5-star itself is pretty attractive, and the fact that obviously he had amazing dribbling, pretty decent physical for a winger. He obviously didn't have the best shot, and it could even be higher than what I've given him there. He's obviously rapid and good at passing, and that just makes for an all-rounded crazy player. The fact that he offers such good links, the fact that he's French and plays in the Serie A, goes a long way as well, and obviously he is quite a footballing legend. As we move on to one of his best mates as the final card today, in ROBBEN, which I know you're probably like, what, this is crazy. He did get added back to FIFA 21, and it's simply because he's now gone to his boyhood club or whatever, and so in that sense he has come out of retirement, if you will, to play for his boyhood club, and so that gives EA many excuses to give him an Eredivisie flashback card that would, you know, reminisce on how good of a player he was at Bayern, and his latter stages, you know, throughout like even his Real Madrid and Chelsea career, he still had a lot of important moments that built up to him being a crazy player and a big figure in world football. Of course, he is a lot older now, and we won't see much of ROBBEN left, but the fact that, you know, he's now in a pretty decent league, offers some pretty decent links, the fact that he's obviously rapid in his, you know, glory days, really good dribbling, good shooting as well, the fact that, you know, maybe he is one-footed and, you know, relies on his strong left foot. I do think he deserves that like 3-star though, maybe even a 2-star considering some of his previous cards in FIFA and the history of those games. But I did want to, you know, kind of make him more usable, so in that sense I gave him the little upgrade. As, you know, that does pretty much sum up the team for me. And if you did enjoy the video, as always, you know what to do. Make sure to hit the subscribe button with your notifications on to never miss any uploads. And make sure to like the video as well, of course, that goes a long way in, you know, kind of explaining how you feel about these videos, whether you enjoyed it or not. And yeah, let's roll on FIFA 21, and I'll see you in my next video. Peace.